Hey, Beer Ramble folks, John Henderson here back again, another Beer Ramble today. We're looking at Pabst APA American Pale Ale, 5% ABV, of course from the Pabst Brewery Company. My glass out here. Paid for $1.45 for this tall boy, or 16-ounce can, I should say. Of course, part of the Pabst Brewing Company. Of course, makers of many other beers. Of course, the legendary PBR, Pabst Blue Ribbon, and of course, the brewery also involved in beers they have acquired over the years, whether it be Colt 45, G. Highland Brewing Company, whether it be the Schlitz malt liquor line, of course, from whether it be the malt liquor or Schlitz, the lager, Schlitz Light, if you can still find Schlitz Light anywhere. And see a couple other beers that they also do as well. Stroh's. So all those are part of the Pabst Blue Ribbon Company. This beer has been around now for about maybe 3 or 4 years, this APA, and I think maybe it might be an original recipe of this beer. 5%, as I mentioned, ABV. We brew this beer for those who refuse to be ranked and filed, those who are inventing their own American dream. Made with American Chinook, Liberty, and Cascade hops for a refreshing, bright citrus flavor. Straightforward and uncontentious, Pabst American Pale Ale is a beer for the rest of us. Pabst, as well as many other breweries, have seemed to want to kind of go back to some of the days where when beer was made, when they would do these sort of styles, but many of the consumers back then were not interested in buying those beers. They wanted something that was going to take away, something that was easy drinking, refreshing, and smooth going down the pipeline after a long, hard day. So Pabst, of course, had done the Old Tanker Ale, and recently brought back their 1936, 36, 37 recipe of that beer. And that was one of the beers that they brewed, but again, it didn't do well sales-wise, so they decided, okay, we're going to go back to making our PBR. It's been around since, I think, 1865, according to maybe 1867 or 1873. I might be wrong on one of those years. Hey, folks. Hey. Anyway, that's what the beer looks like. So again, as I mentioned, you saw this also with Budweiser bringing back some of their, well, I say bringing back, but beers that have been, I guess you can say that they would do, that they could make what the craft brewers are making right now. But again, because it wasn't such a big deal at that time, it wasn't doing sales-wise, decided, okay, we're going to still do what we know how to do and what's going to keep bringing us money. And it looks good on the books, on the payroll, or in terms of revenue sheets, then we're going to keep making those beers. So definitely getting some of the scent of Cascade hops. Chinook, as they say. It does have a bit of a sweetness to this. Chinook, or I say Cascade hops, are often sometimes in some IPAs, but not all the time. But some IPAs. Nice scent, nice color, as you can see. But an orange amber color, maybe on the screen, but a little looks like your standard pale ale. Yeah, I feel like one thing I want to say, pale ales and IPAs are totally different. Then again, Indian Pale Ale, American Pale Ale. But those IPAs tend to have a little more bite, a little bit more kick, tend to be a bit more hoppier than a pale ale. So definitely getting some of that sweetness on this. I've been getting some of that a little sugar, a little citrus. I say orange, a little combination of orange, maybe lemon or lemon flavor to this, and then it has to throw a little bit of sugar cubes in this can. I'm going to give it a better flavor. Score, I think it got like a 3.3 out of 5 on Beer Advocate, so I don't know how good that score is. Maybe it's probably range into maybe a C plus, B minus score, possibly. C minus B score, I should say. I know many of others have reviewed this beer already, so I'm reviewing it for the first time. I've seen it around, so I said I will do it. But again, I saw it today. I said, yeah, I'll try it and I'll review it. Why not? Hey, me. I like beer. Hey. So, 25 IBUs also in this beer. Again, like I've always said, these beers, again, brewers like Pabst, brewers like Anheuser-Busch InBev, well, Anheuser-Busch now, Anheuser-Busch InBev, Coors, like Coors Batch 19, they can make these styles of beers if they want to. They can. But again, companies and CEOs and management look at, okay, will this bring us enough profits? Will this bring us enough sales? So far from what I've read about the Pabst APA has been so-so versus, traditional PBR. Maybe this is probably done a lot better than the Old Tanker Ale that Pabst had put out 2 years ago or 3 years ago, whenever they put that beer out. More so 2 years ago. And it just never really caught on with some of the beer buyers, and they felt, okay, we're going to do something else. So, hey, things happen, right? It's one of those things. Another hurricane? Shit. How many more hurricanes are we going to get in this damn town? It's almost over. There's one turkey trot. I might need to do that. Get out the house on Thanksgiving Day. I need to get out the house and do something fun. Oh boy. Anyway, got a crazy weather day tomorrow. Good, not bad, not horrible, but decent. American Pale Ale. I'm not gonna put this in the category of the Bengals. Oh my God, they played the Bengals today, not the Browns. Something on TV. I was like, come on, y'all. Yeah. Local news. They need a researcher sometimes, if they can afford a researcher. But anyway, I'm not going to put this in the same category as Sierra Nevada Pale Ale. I think that's a lot better than this. Or the 51 Pale Ale from Fairhope Brewing Company in Fairhope, Alabama, which I get from time to time. I think that's better than this. I think the score that Beer Advocate put out for this, I think, is about on point or close to it. I will be kind. I would say B. I would give this, I think I can give this I was going to say a C minus. I was going to give this maybe a 7.5, 7.7. That's a C plus going on to a B or B minus score. C plus, no, C minus, a C plus, C minus, the other way, C plus. Yeah, like I said, I'm gonna give this about a 7.8. So I guess on borderline a C plus B minus score. Yeah, I guess. I mean, very flavorful, very good. Burgers obviously comes to mind. You compare this with a nice, very strong Wisconsin cheddar cheese with this beer will go well with it. Mayo, or yeah, just keep it as it, if you do a cheeseburger, a good, strong, funky, stinky cheese, like I say, Wisconsin cheddar, New York State cheddar, really sharp, and some fries, that can go well with this beer, or a nice, I would say a steak, but maybe a T-bone, you can go with this as well. This ground Angus, Definitely some carbonation in this one as well, so. All right, I think that's a fair score. 7.6 or 7. That's the kind of one I'm going to give this beer. I mean, it's nothing to really kind of cry home about, but it's all right. So that is my score. John is the beer around, so keep on watching, and as always, cheers. Pabst APA, I think it's okay.